The slap of metal trays echoed across the mess hall. Laughter turned sharp, voices stopped mid-word. A Marine shoved her hard, his face twisted in anger. "Now die, B," he shouted, thinking the room's eyes would back him. But the moment his palm met her shoulder, the air changed. It wasn't fear that flared, it was recognition. Something primal, disciplined, and dangerous. Elena Cade straightened, her jaw tight, her heart pounding, but not from the shove. She had faced worse. Had survived worse. And yet, in the glare of dozens of witnesses, she felt that familiar surge of ice-cold focus. The one that whispered, "This is your moment, not theirs." Before I tell you what happened next, tell me in the comments where you're rewatching from. I love knowing who's listening. The mess hall seemed to shrink around her. Dust motes drifted through shafts of sunlight, glinting like suspended bullets. Conversations paused. Soldiers leaned slightly, trying to gauge if she would retaliate or crumble. Elena's eyes scanned the room. Each of them thought she was just another recruit, someone to underestimate. They didn't know her at all. Her mind flashed back, the clandestine missions, the nights spent in foreign deserts, the names etched into memory of those she had lost. Each operation had taught her patience, observation, and precision. And it had taught her that sometimes the right response wasn't anger, it was a controlled, undeniable presence. The Marine sneered, chest puffed. "Thought you could sit there quietly? Guess not." He didn't see her eyes narrowing, the small twitch in her fingers. The way she shifted her weight, not in fear, but in readiness. "Watch your tone," Elena said softly, voice steady, even. The room tensed, sensing that beneath her calm was something lethal. He laughed. "Or what? You'll cry?" No one in the hall laughed after that. A faint hush spread. Elena's lips pressed together. Her breath was measured. Memories of missions in which hesitation meant death rushed in. She thought she'd never see the world of rigid mess hall hierarchies collide with real danger. But she was wrong. She moved slowly, deliberately, each step echoing in time with the murmurs around her. Every eye followed, some with curiosity, some with fear. Hands twitched near belts, knives, trays, but no one moved first. They didn't yet know what they were up against. Then, a flash of metal at her wrist caught the light, her tattoo. A discreet emblem of the Shadow Brigade, a secret military unit whose existence was known only to a few. The mark was small, elegant, and deadly. A serpent coiled around a dagger, inked perfectly to signify precision, speed, and lethal expertise. Gasps escaped from the closest tables. Murmurs spread. The Marine froze mid-step, eyes widening as recognition struck. She wasn't just a recruit. Elena's voice remained calm, a whisper over the growing tension. "I suggest you apologize now," the Marine stammered. His bravado faltered. I didn't know exactly," she said, stepping closer, the weight of her presence filling the room. "You didn't know? Now you do." The soldiers around them shifted, some muttering under their breath, some nodding in silent respect. Elena didn't raise her voice. She didn't strike. She simply stood, the aura of her experience speaking louder than words ever could. A tense pause hung in the air, thick as fog. The mess hall, once a place of casual chatter, had become a theater of suspended judgment. Every soldier knew a choice had to be made. Challenge her again and risk humiliation, or step back and acknowledge what they now realized. The Marine, swallowing hard, lowered his head. "I apologize." Elena's gaze softened just slightly, a nod of acknowledgement. "Good. Learn from this. Respect isn't demanded. It's earned." Slowly, the atmosphere eased. Soldiers exhaled, some applauding lightly, others simply observing, aware that they had just witnessed a quiet demonstration of power. It wasn't brute strength. It was mastery, discipline, and the authority that comes from living a life few could imagine. From that day, Elena's place in the unit changed. She no longer needed to prove herself. Her reputation preceded her. Young recruits whispered about her missions. Seasoned soldiers sought her guidance. The mess hall became a place of wary respect, the story of the shove now a lesson in caution and humility. The moral weight of the moment lingered. Is it right to let fear enforce respect? Was it fair to intimidate those who had simply not known her past? Elena's presence answered both questions. Courage and dignity, combined with restraint, speak louder than anger ever could. Weeks later, the Marine who had shoved her approached quietly, nervously. I didn't understand, he said. Elena looked at him. Understanding comes from humility, not aggression. Remember that, because strength doesn't always shout. Sometimes it waits, quietly, patiently, and when the moment comes, it changes everything. The mess hall, once a battlefield of petty rivalries, now echoed with the soft hum of respect. And Elena, standing at the edge, allowed herself a rare, private smile. She had faced worse. She had survived worse. And she had taught a lesson that would ripple through the unit for years, because kindness doesn't vanish, it waits, and it finds its way back. As sunlight spilled across the tables and dust motes danced like silent witnesses, Elena realized something profound. Power need not roar. Sometimes it whispers, and the world listens. If this story moved you, share your thoughts below, and subscribe to Whispered Words for more cinematic, emotionally charged military stories of courage, resilience, and respect.